big, juicy, this Latina, like whatever. I think the thing that was so crazy about that incident is not even that it happened, but that it happened on the Capitol steps, right in front of a Capitol police officer. He was engaged in very clearly threatening, aggressive behavior right in front, on the Capitol steps in front of an officer, and he wasn't even asked to take a step back.
Now all of a sudden, she stages an arrest with the same Capitol Hill police. Didn't look that intense. The same Capitol Hill police she accused of being accomplices to the January 6th riot. When New York City Mayor Eric Adams said 100,000 migrants would destroy his city, most New Yorkers heard it as a battle cry. It was the first time a Democrat had ever been so bold. Democrats were walking through a third world country in Midtown and pretending everything was fine. Well, the mayor realized we were going bankrupt, and the sanctuary city dream was... But today, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez held a press conference in Midtown Manhattan, the heart of the migrant crisis, to declare no, the sanctuary city dream lives on. And suddenly AOC had walked into a war zone.
With vivid imagery and a hint of irony, he paints a picture of the Congresswoman's foray into the tumultuous world of politics.
History will remember this day as America's own Tiananmen Square moment, when a single protester stared down the barrel of a militaristic regime. But in some ways, AOC's fight for justice was even more unique, because the officers arresting her also wanted to date her. We know this because there were no handcuffs, nobody got roughed up. In fact, the cops were total gentlemen. They handed out bottled water and overripe bananas. AOC bravely ate that banana, handed to her by the ultra-MAGA police, because she needed the energy for what would come next. And then, once all the cameras were rolling, AOC, obviously one of the theater kids in high school, put her hands into a pair of invisible handcuffs, ready for her close-up. Only briefly breaking out, like Harry Houdini, to throw a fist to the crowd. How did she do that? Isn't this the same AOC who was complaining about the Capitol police officer not arresting her heckler last week? And that we need to be more compassionate and understanding. New York's been pretty compassionate with the migrants so far. We've been paying for $500 a night hotel rooms. We gave them Xboxes, flat screens, cribbage. They don't even play cribbage. We've been doing their laundry for them. We even cooked culturally appropriate food for them after they threw away our PB&Js. And now they're getting free education and free health care. And they're paying no taxes, but for us, we pay the IRS half.
There were actual officers working with us, and we never got to the bottom of that, and we never got any answers about that. And then to this day, we're just supposed to pretend that that never happened. I have no idea what happened to the people on the inside who were very clearly sympathetic with what was going on and opening the doors wide open for that. And I'm supposed to sit here and pretend like none of that ever happened. And then right afterwards, you have a massive, you just have this idea that throwing money at that problem is going to make it go away without any accountability.
But now AOC is throwing herself to the mercy of these Capitol police officers. AOC, what was it like when you were arrested?
Amidst the political battleground, his words become a metaphor for the challenges faced by those who enter the arena of public service.
Nobody's coming here for us. We get for ourselves. If we don't get up and fight for our city, no one's coming for us. They're coming to destroy us.
AOC who can waltz in anywhere she wants, Hollywood, U.S. Capitol, Miami during the pandemic. Can't walk around New York without getting chewed out by the people who love this city, because she clearly doesn't. The Congresswoman's been exposed. Primetime was in her district just a while back, and she's just a selfish no-name there. Well, prison's not for everybody, and AOC seems to always be right in the middle of the action. Or at least she says she is.
I hear, I jump into my bathroom, and whoever was trying to get inside got into my office. I just start to hear these yells of, where is she? Where is she? And I thought I was going to come out. And this man is a Capitol police officer. He was looking at me with a tremendous amount of anger and hostility weren't adding up. Like there was was no partner there. I didn't know if he was there to help us or hurt us.
Yeah, for the record, though, AOC wasn't even inside the Capitol on the 6th. But those Capitol Hill police officers do sound pretty scary. I wouldn't have taken a banana from them. The Congresswoman constantly finds herself on the front lines where cameras just happen to be, like the border, or on the beaches of Normandy. But AOC's arrest this afternoon may go down in the annals of the greatest performances, spectacles, of all time.
Can you tell me who represents you in Congress? Does AOC sound familiar?
Hello.
Never heard of her. Who's AOC?
What would you say AOC stands for? What do you think AOC stands for?
Herself. The press may know AOC, but the people don't. The politicians know her, but real New Yorkers don't know who she is, and if they do, they don't like her.
Through the lens of his analysis, Waters emerges as a storyteller, crafting a narrative that captures the intensity of the political landscape.
Ted Kennedy showing up to court in a neck brace after Chuck acquitted. Nancy Pelosi kneeling and draped in African tribal robes. It might even outdo Hillary at the Black Baptist Church.
I don't feel no ways tired. I come too far from where I started from. Nobody told me that the road would be easy.
I just wish there was something